What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Joaquin Corrales, and in this video we're going to go over the number one thing that has made me the most amount of money ever. Okay, and I could attribute this to absolutely anything that I've ever done in my life, every single business, every single Shopify store, every single software company. And the answer to this is probably going to surprise you guys, because yes, being able to effectively sell people and being good at selling is very important when it comes down to making a ton of money. But even more than that is the actual support that you provide for people. I have actually made so much money from doing these very simple tactics that we're going to go over in this video as far as support that it's going to absolutely blow all of your minds. Now, when I'm talking about support, I'm talking about responding to people's questions and getting to people's needs much faster than they're used to. Like, for example, if you go into a website today and at the bottom right-hand corner, it has some sort of chat, right? You're going to see that a lot of websites that you guys go through today, there's going to have a live chat or some sort of chat or some automatic chat that's going to pop up at the bottom right hand side. And what are you going to do? You're going to go there and maybe you're going to have some questions about the system. Maybe you're going to have some questions about the software, things that are kind of keeping you on the edge from going ahead and making the purchase or using the software. And so what do? Well, you do what live chats are for, right? Is that you message the actual live chat. And what happens next is, well, basically nothing, right? You're messaging what seems like a person is there, right? There's a person supposedly there waiting for you to talk to them. You message them and then you get nothing, okay? You get nothing, or you get some sort of prompt that asks you for your email, and it's really inconvenient. And guys, that is literally the difference between making $1 million this year and not. It's being able to answer to this message at a speed that is going to leave this person with such a good experience that they're gonna use your software, not only because it's good, but because of the customer service that it provides. Like, if you guys have read, any of you have read a book called Delivering Happiness by Tony Hsieh. Tony Hsieh is the CEO of Zappos. He actually didn't create the company, but he bought so many shares of it when it had just started. Because he was investing in the guy who actually created it, that he ended up like owning, I don't know, like a crazy percentage of it before they sold to Amazon for like $1 billion or some crazy number. But the bottom line is that what Zappos did was that they focused entirely on customer service, right? In the book, he talks about how Zappos was a customer service company that happened to sell shoes, right? Like, that's how much emphasis they put on customer service. They even said that one time someone called their company, someone called like the customer service, and they were like, hey, obviously not Tony, but hey, support person, I want to know where I could buy pizza nearby. And the support person literally went online and found a place where this guy could order pizza, even though they're a shoe company, right? And that's literally the difference between a company that gets bought out for $1 billion and one that goes broke, that it goes beyond what it's supposed to do for the customer. And I've noticed that day in and day out. And because I've been exposed to all those different outside forces like Zappos, like listening to the MFCO Project, which is a podcast from Andy Frisella, where they put a bunch of emphasis on the actual support and the customer service to your people. What I've done in most of my companies, okay, I think 90% of every business that I have, is that we have this same live chat, okay? But what happens when someone messages? Well, you actually get an answer. Okay, as close to real time as we possibly can. You're going to get an answer, and we're going to help you out and make sure that you have any questions answered if you're on the fence. Like, for example, one of my most successful campaigns was to a webinar. Okay, so what happened was that we had this landing page here to a webinar, and then people would go, they would watch a 1 hour webinar, and after the webinar we would pitch them an offer for them to continue learning on what it was that we were talking about. And then after the webinar, we send them to a landing page. And what happens when they get to the landing page is that a chat comes up and someone talks to them, right? And so what this chat says is that it asks the person if they're on the fence about anything. And we literally made over $40,000, okay? We made over $40,000 by simply talking to people on this live chat and making sure that they had their questions answered, okay? And it was funny because the people that were coming in here and talking to us, they literally told us that they came from different competitors and they came from other people running very similar webinars, but that they didn't buy their stuff because they couldn't get their questions answered, right? Because they couldn't get the appropriate support. And so we made over $40,000 by simply going down there and answering people's very simple questions, okay? That's what you guys are going to notice, that when people come to your online stores or they come to your business, a lot of the time they're on the fence, right? They're on the fence about whether they go ahead and they buy your product, they use your system, or they buy into whatever it is that you're offering. And if you're able to give them that customer support that is almost live, or figure out a way to give them support that they're not used to, right? Because a lot of these people that are coming to my website, they don't expect someone to answer. And so what happens when someone answers right away? They're like, what? Like, it pauses them right in their tracks, right? Like, I literally just had the same experience right now. We're working on a Zapier integration for Contact Flow right now, which is really going to be released tomorrow. And I sent out an email to Zapier because I wanted to know something, and they literally answered in like 5 minutes. And I was like, what? Like, a company answered to my email in 5 minutes? Like, that's insane, right? And so now I have this incredible perception of Zapier where in the future, if they're going to sell something or they have some sort of upsell or some sort of product, I'm going to come at that upsell. I'm going to come at that offer with a positive mindset, and I'm probably going to buy into whatever they're selling, right? Just because I know that they have good support. If anyone asks me about Zapier, I'm going to tell them they're awesome because they gave me that good support, right? And so how does this translate to a lot of the things that you guys are doing? So if you have an online store, try adding a live chat to your online store. There are a couple of different apps out there that you could use for your Shopify store, for your online business, that are really free or cost very little. And just add a live chat and start interacting with people, and pay special attention to answering to emails and answering to things quickly, okay? Because they could literally mean the difference between having these 40K and not. And I don't know about you guys, but these 40K were awesome. And so guys, we basically apply this to absolutely everything. Like, if any of you guys ever email any of my software companies or any of my companies in general, we're going to try and answer as soon as possible. If you hit the live chat, the maximum we'll ever take is like an hour, 2 hours tops. But we usually, unless everyone is sleeping and we're working on getting someone to go ahead and do this overnight, we're going to answer almost instantly every single time, okay? And so that's really the bottom line, is that you want to offer a customer service to people that they're not used to. And a lot of people don't care about this. A lot of people don't pay attention to this. So that is all, guys. Make sure that you're offering to your customers, to your clients, to absolutely everyone, the best customer service that you could potentially ever offer. Because if you make a good impression on one person, there's a ripple effect to that. Okay, you have a good effect on this one person, and when someone asks them about your software, they're going to tell that one person that it was really good, and then that person is going to tell someone else that it was really good. And it's basically like a chain reaction that was caused by making sure that the first interaction with your business, and that every interaction was as positive as possible. So guys, this is a 180-day challenge. We're doing giveaways every single week of software and over $1,000 worth of entrepreneurship courses. And all you guys have to do to qualify is make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you guys hit the like, and put a comment down below on what you guys think about customer service. Have you guys had any customer service experience in any other company that has had this type of change with you, that you're like, what the hell? That was not supposed to happen. Like, these people were not supposed to answer this quickly. These people were not supposed to go over my expectations and do this specific thing. And because they did that, they were able to earn so much more business. Like, for example, in the MFCO project, that podcast that I listened to from Andy Frizella, he talks about how the customer experience is so much more important now, because in the past, it wasn't, right? In the sense that in the past, in like a couple of years ago, maybe like 10 years ago or whatever, maybe more, when social media wasn't around, you could be bad to your customers, right? Not that you should have, but you could have been bad to your customers. You could have scammed them or done weird things. And a lot of people would have not realized that, right? Not that you should have, but that you could have, in the sense that people were doing it, right? People were scamming others and not providing them with a good customer service. But in order for the word to start spreading around, it would take a long time, right? But today with social media, like, you don't know who it is that you're interacting with. And if that person has a voice, which means that they have any sort of following whatsoever, if you're good to that person, then that's going to help you times 1,000, right? Because they're going to tell their audience, they're going to tell the people that are associated with them. And if you give a bad customer experience to that person, or a bad experience in general, and they do the same and they tell their audience about it, like, this is going to go out to thousands of people, like, at once, right? And so you have to pay special attention, especially today, to making sure that you give your customers and your clients and everyone else the best attention that you guys possibly could have. This is not a make money online video today, but guys, this is super important as you're building your businesses, to keep in mind that customer service should be one of the first things that you guys keep at the top of your ladder when it comes to the things that you pay attention to in your business. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next video.